Hey, what's going on, Jam fam? So there's a new Supercell Make campaign that's going out right now. The voting is up for it right now. This time it's going to be for Belle. Now, I really do like these Supercell Make campaigns. I do think we get some really good skins out of them every now and then. So I'm interested to see what people came up with for Belle. So today we're just going to be doing a little reacting to what people came up with for Belle. We're going to check out the skins that people came up with, and I will do my voting as we go through this. So let's check it out. All right, so the way we're going to be doing this, I have it shuffled and I have all submissions turned on. While I do think finalist is just like a very streamlined way, if you're like only got a couple minutes and want to see just like the top of the top best skins, finalist is definitely fine for that. I want to take my time and actually look at what people got, even though I'm going to be voting on skins that inevitably will not make it to the finalist like I did the last time. I think it's interesting to see what people came up with. Alrighty, so the first one I want to look at, this one actually is a finalist. It's going to be Hypnosis Belle. I think they did a really good job with the concept art here. Just looking at what they did here, they changed her metal arm into a magnet. They changed her cape to be like more patchwork. She's got a little hat up here as opposed to her not having a hat. I don't think she normally wears a hat. What they did with the gun looks pretty interesting. Kind of looks like almost like a Mad Max type of gun you would see. That's kind of interesting. The only thing I would say is it's called Hypnosis Belle, and there's nothing that actually implies hypnosis here. I would guess this is either a magician or a magnetic skin, but I do like the artwork here. They did a really good job with it, and I really like the design of her overall fit and the gun and all that. All right, here we go. We got another solid one, Post-apocalyptic Belle. I think this one's really good. If any brawler is gonna be like a Mad Max post-apocalyptic type theme, raider type brawler, it's definitely gonna be Belle, and I think they did a really good job. Look what they did with her hair here. I think this would fit perfectly for that theme. Obviously, metal arm, that works. Like, she lost her arm, but they found a way to give her, you know, the appendage back. Then we got her gun, looking a bit futuristic here, like I said, like wasteland type raider type stuff. I think that's really solid. And then they took their concept art and tried to like feature that as well. I think that's really good. Without goggles looks really solid. The normal attack would look like that. Super would be that on top, like when she shoots it out, I guess. It would be cool if they gave it like what it would look like if somebody was marked or whatever. Unless that's what this is what they're going for right here. So, yeah, honestly, solid skin. All right, next up, Time Raider Belle. Now, honestly, I don't get Raider vibes from this, but it does give me, like, Doctor Who type vibes, so I will judge it off of that. All right, so going off of that, she's got kind of like an Indiana Jones type hat. She's got a watch. She's got a clock down here. I really like the Roman numerals on the cape. I think that's solid. The color scheme's very good. She's still got, like, her gray hair. She's got, like, an old-timey looking gun. I think that's really cool, and it's got a clock on it, so that's solid here. Let's check out what kind of concept art they put up. So her basic attack would shoot out a clock. Okay, I like that. I don't know how well that would actually work, though, because then you'd have a clock bouncing between people. Could be a little bit annoying. Oh, I see. When it hits enemy, that's what this is right here. Okay, so it would be like a little mark or a little brown mark. Okay. They made the pin. The pin looks really good. I really like this idea here. And then the super, she shoots out an hourglass, and then the hourglass is like draining. Yeah, honestly, solid skin, solid design. I really like it, so we're going to give it an upvote. All right, this one here is going to be Soul Hunter Belle. Now, this one's pretty interesting, I think. I like the red and the brown design and the black pants. I think that matches really well. It's got a really nice color palette. Then you got the light blues coming off of her and off of her bag that's normally on her side. I think that's solid. She has a monocle and a death and like a skull mask with a gold tooth. Really good there. Looking at what she did with the gun here, I'm going to scroll down just a hair. The gun looks really good. It's like a harpoon gun that's got like blue flames coming off it. I think that looks really good. Here is like a render of it, I guess you would say. Then this is the basic attack, and that would be super. Ooh, the super being a chain is solid. Wow, what a good idea. This deserves to be the finalist that it is. I think it's really good. Holy moly. All right, so this one is Demon Queen Belle. I'm trying to find like ones that aren't 100% finalists right now, but Demon Queen Belle. This one's very interesting. They made her hair red, and they actually gave her like a lion's mane, which is a little weird, I'll admit, because obviously it almost looks like a beard, but I mean, I think that's just the way the art's drawn and not so much like what would actually happen in-game. I do like the red and black tips, plus I like how she's like very animalistic in her outfit, almost like loincloths and stuff like that. I think that's pretty cool. And then the gun itself looks very, very cool, and it's very interesting, almost like a hunting weapon. as well. So I think that's solid there. Oh, overall, I like the idea of this. I think it's pretty solid, and it kind of gives me like Ifrit vibes from Final Fantasy. So there is that to, you know, affect my biases there because I'm a big Final Fantasy nerd too. All right, here's a solid one right here. This is gonna be Zephyr Belle. This one's not a finalist yet either. I think this one's pretty solid. She's got wings in her hair. Her hair and her arm, actually, both are made to look more like wind-like, more ethereal, because a Zephyr is like, I think it's a reference to some kind of wind anomaly, or maybe it's a god of some sort that I'm not 100% sure on. I got to do some research into that. Zephyrius, the Greek god of the west wind and his sweet breath. For centuries, Zephyrius was the personified version of the west wind, eventually evolved into Zephyr, a word for a breeze that is westerly or gentle or both. There you go. All right, back to Zephyr Belle though. So her arm and her hair are made to look very light blue, almost like they are air. I really like that. I think that's cool. Plus you got gold boots and a blue cape. Blue and gold normally match pretty well depending on the shades they do. I would prefer if this was going to be the same color as the cape, but obviously Supercell can do whatever they want with the color palette. They're just taking the ideas here and then, you know, paying the people for them. As far as the gun, it's obviously going to shoot out like air bullets. I think that's a very interesting concept. And this is the attack, so it would be shooting out kites, and then the super would shoot out a little bird with wings. And since Zephyrs are technically related to the gods, as we just found out, and we already have god skins, I could see this totally being added if it ended up being a finalist. So I like this one. I think it's really cool. Plus, I learned something just by Googling the name of it. So let's go. Ooh, this one. This is another Time Thief right here. We already looked at a version of Time Thief. This one gives me... there's actually a game coming out for 360. What's the name of that game? I can't remember. Clockwork Revolution, that's the name of it. This one gives me Clockwork Revolution vibes, where it's almost like a steampunk theme, and it's obviously involving time and stuff like that. She's got her conductor's hat with gears on it. I think that's interesting. I really like what they did with the arm, where it's like black and goes all the way up. Plus, there's like gold accented throughout. Train conductor uniform all the way throughout, plus a black and gold glove. Very interesting there. And then, instead of giving her a full-on rifle, this looks more like a pistol, which I think would be an interesting thing to do, like change her weapon from a rifle to a full-on pistol. I think that would be really cool to do. Oh, I really like how they were able to render the main attack and the super. I think this is solid here. So that's this would be the main attack. Yeah, that's the main attack, and this is the super down here. Don't exactly... Oh, they're supposed to be arms of a clock. Ah, I got it. And then this is what the attack would actually look like, and then when it's sitting on an enemy. Pretty cool. That definitely earned its finalist spot here. I think this is a very solid concept for skin. I don't know if I like this better than the original time one we looked at. I'd have to fly back and find that one. But this one's really good. It's very top. It's top of the list for me right now. Ooh, Cartoon Belle. Look at their art style. Yo, they nailed this. Cartoon Belle here. I think this one's solid too. I would love to see this in game. This looks interesting. The way the hat's drawn with the super cartoony art style, obviously. The way her face is drawn almost reminds me of like Gumball or whatever, Adventures of Gumball. Got a hook for an arm. The hook could be a little bit more meaty. It looks very stick-like right there. Plus the pinstripe soup looks really nice. And then, ooh, the gun with the face on it. That's awesome. And then... This concept art right here is solid. I really like this one too. This one's great. Good job. So it took me a little while. I don't know if this is the only one that is a wizard theme, but this is the first one I noticed being wizard theme Belle. I was really hoping someone would do a wizard theme because I thought that would be really cool for Belle. So this is what we're looking at here. I'll throw this in upvote just because I like the concept of it. So yeah, overall, I like that one. It's going to be a hard sell for a lot of people because it's not like the most upscaled art in the world. It's good, way better than I could ever do. But I think because you have this competing with other things like this, it's going to be hard for people to really buy in. Because I think people a lot of times vote on the way the art's actually drawn here, as opposed to like Supercell taking the idea, making it their own, and then putting it out in the game. So you got to remember when you vote on this stuff to vote on the concepts as well as the way it's actually rendered in front of your eyes. So I looked through a bunch of these skins. I honestly think that this Soul Hunter Belle is probably one of my favorites. I would really like to see this win. I think it's super interesting. I think it's a very unique concept, and I think the effects on it could be really good. So I would love to see something like this for Halloween or something. And then any of the skin concept where she's like a post-apocalyptic raider, I think those would work really well. Like I said, I think Belle fits that model perfect. And this one specifically, I think nailed it. Like, they knocked it out of the park here. I hope this one gets more upvotes because I think this one is a very solid concept for that idea. So I would be a big fan if this one made it through. And then going back to like Time Raiders, like I talked about earlier, that other one definitely was like very good and the renders were much more high quality, but I do think this one has a better concept design, where this one, she's almost like a nice raider that goes back in time to fix problems. The other one seems like kind of like self-centered, which would be more on theme with Belle, I suppose, but I kind of like this concept better. Plus, I really like the color design here. Just to pull it up so you guys see it again one more time. Like I said, this one seems like a lot more selfish version, and the renderings are a lot better. So I can understand why this one's a finalist and the other one isn't. But I think either one of these would do really well. Like I said, I think the Time Raider aesthetic is good. This one's more steampunk. The other one's kind of like more Doctor Who-esque, in my opinion. Take that as with a grain of salt. I'm not a big Doctor Who nerd. I just know a little bit about it. But yeah, as you can see, there are a ton of entries here. This is nowhere near all of them. I just looked through what I could, picked out what I could. If you want to save yourself some time, what you do is literally just go up to the top and just look at the finalists, because from what I can see, it seems like most of the skins that have been gone through and voted on at this point, like the good ones have already risen to the top. The bad ones are kind of just floating there. So if you want to save yourself some time and just go through the finalists and see which ones you like, you're more than welcome to. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up here. I looked through a ton of these skins. I skipped what I didn't like. I voted on what I did like. That's the way this voting works. Anyway, let me know what you're hoping to get out of these Belle skins. Let me know what kind of like concept you would like to see come for Belle. Anyway, let me know if you enjoyed my yapping. Make sure to leave a like on the video. And if you're new, consider dropping a sub as well. But that's going to do it for this one. Want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.